A good setup creates a great lesson. There are particular items that are solely your responsibility that you will need to focus on, and let the volunteers deal with other things. Your main focus should be assigning volunteers for the registration table, ensuring the tables are set up in the right locations for the electrics and checking the safety of the electrics when they're all set up, and organising the food for the tables and prepping any ingredients necessary for the demo. First, assign volunteers to the registration table and ensure that's set up before anything else. For the first session of a course, it's super important to assign at least 2 people to the registration table so one can assist with forms, otherwise they'll get overwhelmed. Everyone arrives at once. We've also found it useful to have a separate table specifically for form filling, set up with chairs around it. Setting up and assigning tables. Ensure that the tables are placed in the right locations by the volunteers as per your wiring diagram. Then, show volunteers the equipment picture chart so they set up the correct equipment at each workstation and demo table. Sort out the food for the tables, including things like prepping of ingredients, and ensure the volunteers are informed of any extra equipment required for their tables. This is detailed in your lesson notes. Assign the volunteers to their tables when the setup is complete. Assign a vegetarian table as well as a halal table if required. Ask experienced volunteers to assist at the veggie table if the recipe is significantly different. If you need a rice cooker, assign a competent volunteer to prepare it and ensure it's ready to turn on at the end of the demo. It is the course leader's personal responsibility to check wiring for safety as per the risk assessment. This includes making sure the washing up bowls are far away from the electrics, so do a final check that all equipment and ingredients are set up properly before the demonstration. Finally, check with the registration table if there are any students who need extra assistance. You may need to assign specific experienced volunteers to them. If a student is particularly vulnerable, it's a good idea to introduce them to their volunteer at the beginning to give them a bit more confidence. A good setup means a smoother lesson and helps the volunteers to best assist their students.